Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me is my co-pilot, Jalen Wilson. Jalen, how you feeling, Playboy?
Feeling good. It was a good week. What was it? Week 4?
Week 5. Week
Week
4 was
5.
good too, though. So you
Yeah.
weren't wrong either week. You said.
You said what?
I said you weren't wrong either week. You said,
Yeah, it was a nice week. Some interesting things happened. I saw KT finally get CJ Carr's flowers.
Yes, I did a few times this week, and every time I said it, I brought up Jalen because I wanted to make sure. I just actually saw a thumbnail of Joel Klatt, who I think I have a rule. Like, other than us, I don't really watch anybody in the season. Like, I try to watch a little bit of it, but then I leave away from it only because I want my takes to be unique and to be my takes. But I did see that he had I don't know if it was clickbait, but he had a thumbnail of that CJ Carr is the best quarterback in college football. So I'm sure you would appreciate that, because that's been your thought for a little while now. But interesting week of college football last week. What was your favorite game last week?
Probably the Oregon game. I don't know. I know because I know it pissed you off that Penn State lost.
Oh man.
Oh.
I'm still dealing with it, brother. I'm still dealing with it.
Also, someone because my dad just he's not a big Oregon person. He's not like a big, unless you're original Big Ten team, I don't really rock with you like that.
Hey, he tried, little boy, the big homies, the new big homies, man.
Yeah.
They ain't lost in the conference yet, bro.
I know.
Somebody need to beat them dudes. That scene in Charlottesville last Friday night was incredible. It was incredible. Have you ever seen a faster, like they didn't care about any,
they lost the game and it was like boom.
Yeah, it was. They on the field. Did you see the RP Squirrel Whites on Twitter?
I did not see that.
People how people do breaking and then they say something. Oh, Squirrel White was out there in Charlottesville.
No, I didn't see that one. I didn't see that.
Hey, bro, that's all I saw on Twitter. I'm sorry, on X this past weekend, and it was hilarious. And you had people asking, is Squirrel White legitimately okay? Because he just looked like he was trampled as fast as they stormed the field. But that scene in Charlottesville was amazing. So we got
wait, did you see that fan flip off? Was it Thomas Castellanos or Mike Norvell?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Bro, because me and my brothers was watching it, and the fan just run right past him. Boom. I'm like,
hey,
that made him with a double middle finger.
And that's hilarious. I don't know. I think that's added context. You remember the Alabama fan during the loss of Florida State? They planted the camera on him, and he hit him with the middle finger.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. So we got a lot to talk about today. So let's talk about rapid fire questions. How are you feeling about Bobby Petrino? It's deja vu all over again. He's now the interim head coach in Fayetteville at Arkansas. How you feeling about that whole situation? How you feel about the, Sam Pittman being fired? And do you think down the stretch, because some of these players on this team is going to be pissed off about this. So down the stretch, can he win enough games and pull what I like to call a Brent Key to take that tag from interim to head coach again of Arkansas?
I mean, I don't know if winning enough games is because what's winning enough games? I think it would have to be 8, 9 wins, maybe. But you already had what? 2, 3 losses?
I'm saying if he's able to go 4-4 down the stretch.
Maybe. It's tough, though. It would probably depend on what those 4-4 look like.
Okay.
If it's a ranked upset win, then it's maybe it's potential there. If it's not, then probably not. But the coaching hire doesn't really move me, really. It doesn't surprise me. He was the coach there once before, right?
Yes, absolutely. From 2008 to 2011.
Yeah. And I think I remember, I want to say it was Nino said that, it's fine because after Pittman gets fired, Petrino's just going to be the head coach right after anyways.
Yeah, he has said
or he said something along those lines.
Yeah, that was something that him and both D now predicted that would happen, and they were kind of waiting for it to happen. And it has happened. I think the most surprising thing to me about Bobby Petrino being named interim coach is the AD Hunter Yurachek and his statement that Sam Pittman wasn't given enough resources to win here. You are the athletic director, and you
it's your job to be the resource.
Yeah.
And try to go get those resources as well.
And you openly admit that you didn't provide enough resources for. You gotta win. Fire yourself.
Hey,
Like,
John Calipari got enough resources.
yeah, right.
Just saying that man, John Calipari, that man was tossing money at players over his first off season in Arkansas.
He was, and it's
John L.
funny.
Davis, Boogie Flan, Adu Thero.
Where's Flan at now? Did he go to Florida?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and even this off season, he tossed more money. Like,
but I think
Arkansas basketball ain't got no problem doing it.
Yeah, but I think it's a little different. You're dealing with a different nuance. You're talking about a team of what, 13 players, maybe 8 of them.
Talking about John Calipari. It was a little bit football more important than basketball because it makes more money. But John Calipari, of course, is the bigger name. So
bigger name, and then you're dealing with 10 players you got to pay and make happy versus on a 105-man roster, 85 active. Not saying that they all don't get money, but I'm saying you probably looking at a core about like 25 people that you need to make happy in order to win games, and it may be a little bit more than that. So, it's how well you think Petrino would do? You think he'll do okay, or?
I want to pull up their schedule, man.
Yeah, that's a good question. I probably should have had that queued up. That'd have been nice to have their schedule queued up.
Because I mean, they've already been through some tough games. They lost to Memphis, lost to Notre Dame, lost to Ole Miss. That's 3 losses already.
I got a question for you. It has nothing to do with football.
Texas A&M, Tennessee, then Texas A&M, back to back. Auburn, Mississippi State, LSU, Texas, Missouri.
Say that again, bro.
So next game, Tennessee. That's October 11th. Week after, Texas A&M. Week after, Auburn. Week after, Mississippi State. Week after, LSU. Hey, they might actually be LSU. LSU might also have to get right game.
Right, I'm about to say LSU.
Like no defense at all.
LSU offense could find its way again. You said it again.
After LSU, that shoot for that might be a stat pad game, depending on it. After the arc, after the LSU week, you got Texas, and then you end the season with Missouri.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
might not be pretty.
Yeah,
you might have 2 wins right there.
That they're lucky if they have 2 wins down there. So I'm just interested to see
how does that move. I think they beat Auburn. Not
beat Auburn?
State. Yeah.
So did you see what Virginia Tech did? Virginia Tech are taking all the steps in the right direction, in my opinion. They promoted Philip Montgomery to, from offensive coordinators his first year there to interim head coach. They're 2-0 since they did that. They beat Wofford, upset victory over NC State, right? And then something else that they did is their AD started to be like, hey, we need to give this football team the resources to win. Because I'm sorry, you have to pay to play at the collegiate level. And I think they found it like $231 million readily available. You seeing what Texas Tech is doing right now. Texas Tech might be one of the best teams in the country right now, and it's because they spent money. Ohio State won a national championship a season ago. They spent money that prior, portal season. You have to spend money in order to play. I think it's bleak for Arkansas, and to me, Arkansas shouldn't be super hard to sell. But what I will say is this: a kid can go to Baylor over going to Arkansas, right? You can sell the SEC, you can sell the ability to have playing time. Like, hey, you can go to Texas, but here at Arkansas, you got a chance to start. So it shouldn't be hard to sell. Get the money that you need to get in order for this program to be better. Something I want to credit you with is this mic. I hate you have a Blue Yeti mic. You know what I'm saying? And you get the most out of your blue. You get the most out of your Blue Yeti mic. No, I hear you good. I always hear you good. I was watching a playback from me when I went on my dog Dante's show on ECG show, and I was listening to the playback. So inside of OBS, because you got a compressor and you got an equalizer, I'm able to get my mic to sound remotely okay, and it sounds good to my liking. But some of my words weren't as snapping the way that they needed to snap. So I called Guitar Center today, like, that mixer that I have, did I get insurance on that? And I did. So this will be retired very soon. Don't be surprised. The next episode you watch of my show, this thing is gone, bro. I will keep it. It's been good to me, but you get way better use out of it than I get. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that. Because with my mixer, I have a compressor and like EQ on it. So even when I'm in here versus in OBS, when I got further EQ and compression, it's so frustrating. But I am going to get me a strip that way I don't even got to worry about doing anything in OBS. I just plug my mic up. It's going to go straight to that channel strip. And then I'm sorry, I went off the deep end. I apologize. Let's get back to it. So we got Iowa State versus Cincinnati. What's your, like, at a glance, because we're not going to talk about some of these games in rapid fire, as we will in great detail with the games a little bit later. What's your first glance thought about this game?
It can be tricky, especially now since you've seen Iowa State lost one of their DBs, one of the key DBs recently. If I'm not mistaken, he won't play in this game.
No, you're not wrong. Yep.
18th ranked scoring defense in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. Also,
that sounds correct.
It can be tricky. But honestly, like I like this game. This is kind of I don't want to say prove a game for Cincinnati, but this is like a game that can get the people that just watch college football and don't really follow it too much, like on like a known basis.
Those who skim through it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, get them to know more about Cincinnati. And, this could be the week that they actually learn more about Cincinnati. Because Nebraska was cool, but I don't know. I don't feel like too many people paid too much attention to that game. It was more so about Dylan Raiola in that.
Being in Arrowhead with Patrick Mahomes there, and Patrick Mahomes didn't stay the whole game. That's a great take, bro.
But this is a game where they can, stamp their name in Big 12 championship conversations potentially, and just casual conversations.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not enough people know about Cincy. Cincy is really a few plays away from being undefeated. Look at what they've been able to do. I feel like I've been on an apology tour this year. I thought Scott Satterfield's seat was extremely hot heading into the season. I couldn't be wrong.
Well, not everybody, but I think most people.
Yeah, but I think my opinion about Cincinnati changed a little bit after Big 12 media days. Being able to sit down and talk to Brendan Sorsby, kind of the attitude, they were very businesslike. I think out of all the teams we talked to at Big 12 media days, I don't think there was a team. Because, even TCU joked around, but Cincinnati was so businesslike, bro. They came there. We have a job to do. This is our job. We're going to do it. We're going to get the hell out of here. And I think that's what gave us a different feeling about them. But Brendan Sorsby, he's been sacked one time this year? Yeah. Offensive line is doing an outstanding job. I think he's throwing 10 interceptions on the season. Their offensive coordinator, Brady Glenn, is very impressive to me. He has these rules, 8 offensive equalizers. I was in the crates digging, trying to find out more about their scheme, trying to find out more about Brady Glenn. In the midst of finding out more about Brady Glenn, it led me to this podcast where, earlier on, people talk more about their system because they want to talk the system up and let people know when they're there that they know what they're doing. Versus now, you wouldn't even get this out of him. But, he talked about the system a lot, and a lot of it is, changing tempos to disrupt rhythm, using empty formations to simplify reads, spread the field, and incorporating triple option concepts via RPO and package plays to give the quarterback the last pin advantage, unbalanced sets, exotic formations for defenses into uncomfortable alignments. And then he has this thing called FSL, formation into sideline, which I think is really cool. And then shifts in motion. Kid Brady Glenn is impressive. I like Taylor Moser a lot, who's Iowa State offensive coordinator as well. But at glance, I don't know. I think Iowa State's on upset alert, bro.
I do too.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to this next game. We're just talking about these games at a glance. We'll do greater detail when we go to these games that we're talking about a little bit later. Alrighty, GameDay decided to move. And you told me this, and I think it was your dad who told you. Yeah. And you told me, so it was like a grand game of telephone. But initially, they were supposed to be at Doak Campbell Stadium, right, to witness the Hurricanes coming in and to play Florida State. But after Florida State lost in Charlottesville last week, they said we'd rather be Bama Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen?
I was explaining to my dad, it made sense. Like, Vandy beat them last year. Okay. Vandy's undefeated. Alabama's coming off one loss, but they also are coming off a win against
a really
Georgia,
huge win,
top 10 win. Yeah, I believe that game was in Athens, right?
Yeah, it was in Athens. Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, kind of makes sense, especially Florida State. Yeah, they beat Bama, but they also coming off a loss. Miami's coming off a bye week. I don't know if that really matters or not, but
it does. Always does.
Yeah, so I'm like, the storylines kind of play more in the Bama's favor, although I guess you could play the storyline of FSU.
Was electric week 1.
Yeah.
Doak Campbell was so electric, and the fact that Miami's coming to town, we're going to see Doak Campbell look like how it looked in the 90s, right? When Bobby Bowden was there, my dog Peter Warwick was there before him, Charlie Ward and Warwick Dunn. It's going to be electric. I promise you it's going to be electric. And even though I think Bryant Denny Stadium is one of the loudest stadiums in college football, I think the atmosphere will be more electric at Doak Campbell Stadium. But from a business perspective, an optics perspective, I get it. But I think it's a casual thought process to think, oh, well, they lost to Charlottesville. They're going to get torched by Miami. Style makes fights. Styles 100% make fights. And that's something you and I talked about. Who do you have in that game? Now, we'll talk about that a little bit later. My apologies. We'll talk about
okay, good.
Yeah, my bad. I jumped the gun a little bit. I was so ready to get into it, man. So we got Notre Dame versus Boise State. Boise State has played well since the BTA provided by South Florida at the beginning of the season. I believe that was week 1 that happened.
Yep.
Does Boise State have an opportunity here to win this game?
You say does Boise State have an opportunity?
Yeah,
they do.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, most people think Notre Dame maybe fix their defense. I don't think they have fixed their defense. It's just I don't know how to explain last week against Arkansas outside of Notre Dame's offense being like.
I did not expect that game at all. Like after seeing like Notre Dame, we get it. Okay, they lost 2 close games. They lost to Miami. They lost to Texas A&M, and that Texas A&M game could have went both ways. The Miami game could have went both ways. I guess where the confusion came at for me is when they played Purdue, and I wasn't overly impressed with how they played versus Purdue. That's why I was like, yo, Arkansas can win this game.
Yeah.
Right. And that was my thought process that they can win this game. And when I saw 56-13, I'm like, here we go. Week in and week out. Everything I think I know about college football, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think Boise State could win, but I don't think that'll happen.
That kid CJ Carr is impressive. I remember over the summer, I thought Kenny Mitchell had done enough to win the starting job. Based on everything I saw, based on everything I was hearing.
I never thought. I always thought it was CJ Carr. I was like, CJ Carr was a highly touted recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, it's probably CJ Carr.
Yeah, you saw like, is it Chip Patterson, the dude with Cover 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you saw him. There's another guy with Cover 3 podcast that was talking about it, because that's the only time of the year that I do watch a bunch of other shows because it's before the season. I'm cool watching you before the season, but in season, we competitors, bro. You might be Jordan, but we the AIs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we ready to give you a move and get to the bucket. So we got a really sneaky game. I think I wish this was a game between 2 people that were 100% healthy. We got WVU versus BYU, and do they play tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay. It's tonight is like Sam Houston and somebody, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. With this game, I'm taking BYU.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be close.
You think it'll be close?
I think it'll be close.
I think both of
BYU's on upset level.
I think both of their styles are similar. Both want to possess the ball. Both want to win. The war of attrition on the line of scrimmage. But I think it will be close. I think Rich Rod will try to play the possession game. I think he'll try to limit their possessions. I think they're going to load the box. I think they're going to try to force Bear Bagmeyer to beat them. But I think this game is better than advertised. And I was so happy that you added this game to our rapid fire question segment. So let's get into some of these big game previews. We got Texas Tech facing Houston, right? So let's break this down like how we always break it down. Give me the Texas Tech side. How are you feeling about this team right now? Who's some of the players to watch? And I haven't asked you this question in a very long time, but what's the current temperature in Lubbock at the moment?
I mean, I feel like it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You think about it. I want to look at their schedule. Beat Utah. What was that?
That was BTA, 100%.
Dang, that was 2 weeks ago. It don't feel like it feel like longer actually. Yeah,
it does. I mean, but that's what college football does to you.
Yeah, beat Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent State, Oregon State, and then they beat Utah.
Yeah, 34-10.
Yeah, which I feel like it could have been a lot worse. Honestly, if whatchamacallit don't get hurt, was it Hammond?
Texas Tech may not lose a game.
I don't know. I'll look at their schedule real quick. The rest of it.
Let me see. This Houston game is going to be tough in H-Town, right?
Kansas
is going to show up. At Arizona State is going to be tough. But then they play Oklahoma State at Kansas State. I still don't believe in Kansas State, and that's frustrating. BYU, I didn't see this game. I did not see this game. That's gonna be a tough one, but it's in Lubbock at West Virginia. I'm sorry, versus UCF and then at West Virginia. Wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, but Cameron Dickey is like a key player to watch. I think he had 2 touchdowns against Utah, if I'm not mistaken. Did he also break that big touchdown receiving? No, it wasn't a touchdown. They got to he got him to like the 10. It was like a big third down. It was like third and something after a penalty. It was first quarter. It was just like a little. It was like a little drag route.
Mm-hmm. And you're asking about the Texas Tech and Utah game?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta. That's when we did the triple dip. So I about to say I am not sure
because he had it was a big play, and I want to say it was Cameron Dickey, but I could be wrong. Was it him? I actually don't know if it was him. My bad. It was Jacoby Williams, the other running back.
Jacoby Williams, okay.
Yeah. He also had a big play. And I promise you, after that play, that's all the commentators talked about. For basically the first half, it was like, "Hey, Jacoby Williams, player to watch. Jacoby Williams this." I'm like, "Dang, like
W Glaze, bro."
Yeah, yeah, because he had like a little big run that put them inside like the 10 or the 5, and people wanted a penalty for like offensive pass interference, and Utah didn't get it. Yeah, Jacoby Williams, Cameron Dickey.
Cameron Dickey got 6 touchdowns in the season.
Yeah, is Hammond playing this game?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. But Hammond played better. If we're being honest, played better than Baron Morton. Now, I'm not saying it's like what's going on in Oxford right now.
Morton came in and had 2 interceptions. It wasn't too pretty, honestly.
Yeah,
like they could have won more if Hammond didn't get hurt.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm with you. I like Texas Tech a lot. You talked a lot about their players. Baron Morton is playing, nice. Other than the Utah game, but they still was able to win that game. He got 11 touchdowns on the season, over 1,000 yards. You already talked about Cameron Dickey. Coy Eakin, headlines a passing game. He got from the wide receiver spot. He got 260 yards, 3 scores. I think defensively, they've only given up 239 yards, right? 11th in the country, dude. Yeah, 11.3 points per game. That's 8th in the country.
Was it?
With an elite run defense, 56.3 yards per game. That's crazy.
I don't know if it was Fox or PFF. They posted like it was only 2 teams in college football that had like in the top 20 for like defense and offense, and it was like Indiana and Texas Tech.
Wow. Yeah. You said top 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. That dang. So yeah, this defense is playing outstanding. Like you said, there's a great question. Is Baron Morton starting this week? Or will Hammond get the nod while Baron Morton is tending to his injury? But there's a lot to like about Utah. I'm sorry, about Texas Tech. Now talk to me about H-Town, man. If they 4-0, they did look a little sloppy in the beginning of the game. And Corvallis versus Oregon
State. Really did.
That scared me. How you feel about them? I love Willie Fritz. I think he has a chip on his shoulder. Connor Wegman is one of your guys. Talk to me about what you've seen in H-Town this year. I really do like the kid Stephon Johnson that they got that wide out, by the way.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, especially passing. Stephon Johnson. I feel like we mentioned them in the offseason as like a potential
we did mention them in the offseason. I think if you remember, I interviewed him at Big 12 Media Days. So it intrigued me to go, look more into his game. And he just finds a way to score, bro. I think got like 2 touchdowns on the season. He's like one of their big play targets. I like his game a lot. I really do. They have a lot of people who were supposed to go be, that dude at a previous university who's now there at Houston. So all of them just collectively have chips on their shoulder. And I think that's what we got going on in H-Town right now.
Yeah. And their tight end is also pretty good. Tanner
Coy.
Yeah. Last name started.
That was that Ball State transferred to Wisconsin, the early window, and then transferred to H-Town. Tanner Cazzoli. Or something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He looked pretty good. I believe he's like
he's been explosive. Yeah, he's been explosive this season.
But he's been pretty good. Connor Wegman is, of course, one of my guys. Really like him. He's really come onto the scene. As long as he's able to stay healthy, I always feel like he's always solid. I was gonna say I wish he'd be utilized in the run a little bit more, but I'm not gonna complain about it. I mean, he's the person that hasn't really stayed healthy, so I don't know if you really want him taking too many hits.
Yeah, you think that's a thing that's planned by Willie Fritz? Because Connor Wegman can't really run the rock, but you're right, they haven't utilized him in the run game much this year.
Yeah, and maybe they're waiting for that right time.
If ever there was a time, brother, this is the time, because there's a train coming this week into H-Town from Lubbock, and I'm telling you, that team from Texas Tech. Shout out to Joey McGuire. You know how many seasons we wanted them to be good, bro? No, I'm talking about Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, you picked them. Was it 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, I just thought.
Or was it last season?
No, it was a couple seasons ago. It was 2020.
It was Tyler Shuck. Was it Tyler Shuck year?
Yeah, it was Tyler Shuck year. Jerron Bradley was the guy.
He had that fumble for the game against Oregon. And...
yeah, bro. I was done with Tyler Shuck after that moment, and yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. I was on the break.
I mean, it'd be interesting to watch out how this Houston offense handles Texas Tech defense. Like, you watched last week against Oregon State, it didn't start out pretty at all. They were down with 14-0.
Yeah, it was 14-0. I did actually watch a good portion of that game before I fell asleep on the couch.
See, I watched. I was mostly watching the Arizona State team.
You starting to become an early bird too, bro.
Well, because I'm going to sleep a little bit earlier. Like, I'm going to see more around like 12-ish now.
Jalen going to bed before 5 is crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because some days I definitely went to bed like 4, and I still have to get up.
I would be waking up going 7. To work. You, Steez, and Brad are in group chat. That's what's wrong with these dudes, man. Like,
I want to see who Houston has played before. Because I remember watching, I want to say the first or second game. It was the Colorado game. It was a Colorado game.
It was a Colorado game when they went with Ryan Stahl at quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that game, Colorado put up 20. Beat Rice. Beat that's Stephen F. Austin. It is Stephen F. Austin. Yeah, I remember that Colorado game. But like, I look at them like Texas Tech is kind of a different animal. Like, I don't think they're sneaky right now. I feel like most people know about them. Should be
aware of them.
Yeah. I feel like the people that work day to day and kind of don't really get a chance to really pay attention too much, to watch week to week, don't really care about diving into the news or anything like that. Probably Texas Tech number 11. They'll probably get upset at some point, and then they jump down to 18th and won't get back in the race. But yeah, I don't know. I think Houston might be running to a buzzsaw this week.
I agree with you. I would definitely have to take Texas Tech in this game, even though it's in H-Town. But let me ask you this before we get out of here and get to the next topic. If Houston wins this game at home versus Texas Tech, what do you think the headline will be?
Oh. The headline would read Houston puts up big points against a top red Raiders defense.
I like that. Yeah, they will kind of
because I don't think they can hold if Houston wins, it has to be high scoring, I think.
Yeah, it has to be a shootout. It has to be one of those All-American Big 12 showdown, and H-Town fan base really comes and storm the field. And we've seen upsets every week thus far this season. We've seen upsets each and every week, I think, with the exception of week 0. So it is possible, but I'm going to go with the house money. And yeah, I'm going to go with Texas Tech, and I think you're going with Texas Tech in this game. But it'll be nice. It'll be an outstanding story.
I don't even remember week 0.
Week 0, we had Kansas State versus Iowa State.
Oh, yeah, that was a terrible rugby game. That's right. They don't rugby field. I hate that field.
Up next, yeah, Aviva Stadium. The NFL is there this weekend, isn't it? Or was that last week?
No, they were there last week, and people were complaining because people were slipping. Yeah, Justin Jefferson cost me some fantasy points because he slipped.
Oh, man.
I still won.
Fantasy football. You won. Okay, I'm about to say, who plays fantasy football, bro? You on Sleeper?
Nope. NFL fantasy app.
Yeah,
I
that's
wish they
right.
make a college football fantasy. I wish they make.
Yeah, what is it? Only on fan tracks, right?
I think so. And I don't really like the way they got it set up for real. For real.
So we got a showdown. Tallahassee, Doak Campbell Stadium. We'll talk a little bit about it in the opening. I truly believe that College Game Day should have went there. I do get your reasoning and I understand the optics of it all, but I believe that the quality of game that you're going to get there, I think so many fans just believe Miami is just going to march in there and win at some point. And you and I look at this the same way because there's some people who believe. I think Mario Cristobal is an outstanding fundraiser. I think he finds way to make wherever he's at. I believe it's plentiful. The resources were plentiful in Eugene, even though they will always be because of Phil Knight. Resources weren't plentiful when Manny Diaz was down there in Coral Gables, but somehow Mario Cristobal has found that he's outstanding at roster construction. He's 2 for 2 in finding quarterbacks in Portal the last 2 years, but at some point he will Cristobal, bro. At some point it's going to happen, and I think we may get that this week. But talk to me about what you've liked from Miami so far this season.
I mean, Carson Beck has really looked good.
Yes.
I feel like.
But quarterback friendly offense, bro. Shannon Dawson, man, he's outstanding, dude.
Also, their offensive line has performed a lot better than what Georgia's was last year, and I feel like that have really helped Carson Beck.
Right.
I feel like sometimes last year Carson Beck had like Carson Wentz syndrome, where
I like
it was another quarterback. I think it was the Cam Newton draft. He played for the 49ers. He used to be at some point his pocket awareness got cooked.
I'm trying to think of that draft.
Was he from Missouri? I don't remember. But he played for the 49ers.
Missouri. It wasn't Chase. It wasn't Chase Daniel, was it?
No. It was after Chase. Yeah, 49ers quarterback. He
got drafted the same year. You said Cam got drafted?
I want to say so. He played in the 2010s for sure.
He did.
He played for 49ers. But yeah, I feel like Carson Beck sometimes, in the pocket, the pocket wouldn't collapse, but I feel like he felt like
it wasn't locked, was it?
Huh?
It wasn't locked, was it?
No.
Keep talking, because now I'm about to pull up the draft, bro. So I'm gonna get mad because I should know this, man.
Yeah, I feel like Carson Beck kind of struggled with that last year. Like he felt like the pocket was collapsing when it really wasn't, so he kind of moved out the pocket a little too early. I feel like that's something like Carson Wentz struggled with in the NFL eventually. He got sacked, he got hurt so much that kind of got scared sometimes and rush out the pocket and it lead to something bad happening. Also feel like Carson Beck just couldn't trust his receivers a lot more last year. They have helped him with that this year. So yeah, I feel like that's
Blaine Gabbert, dude.
Yeah.
I should have known that. Yeah, I should have known that.
Yeah.
Road Dog just said it. Hey, shout out to Road Dog, man.
Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. I was like, bro, I know the quarterback. Like I can see him in my head, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, I feel like that's help with Carson Beck. Because what they had lots of drops last year in Georgia.
They did an awful lot. That's something that both I and Dante of ECG just talked about.
Malachi Corley is not Malachi Corley. Goodness,
you good.
Tony, he's
a dog.
Is he better than any receiver that Georgia had last year?
Ooh. I would say from a consistency level, yes.
Okay.
And do you like Malachi Tony more than you like CJ Daniels? Because I think they both complement each other really well.
They do. I think if I had to trust a receiver, game in, game out, I'm probably trusting Tony more than Daniels.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like the way Miami has looked. The defense has looked good this season. How many picks they have against DJ Lagway? 2? 3?
I believe it was 2. Was that the game DJ Lagway threw for like 68 yards, bro?
I don't know. That might have been the LSU game. The LSU game, they had like he had some.
Nah, he threw 5 picks that game, but I think he had more.
Goodness.
He had more yards in the LSU game though.
Oh.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, LSU game he threw for 280 He didn't throw any interceptions actually versus Miami.
Damn.
He had
Okay.
287 yards versus
I thought he
LSU, but
did.
5 picks. But then 61 yards versus Miami.
Oh.
Hey, yo, DJ. Yo,
Yeah,
some of these quarterbacks will be getting hype coming out of high school, bro. And I'm not like big on high school recruiting. I will keep up with it or know enough to know who's who and who's going to impact this next upcoming season. But that's why I'm not crazy about high school.
But
Bro.
Langley looked good last year when he did play. He looked good.
Define good. He won games. He won games, so we overlooked some of the bad play.
No, he
had 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, and I can state that off the top of my head. That's why I omitted him from my top 10 quarterback list this past off season. But yeah, he did have game. He was sick. Any game he started and finished, he was 6-0. So yeah, I think a lot of times we ignored some of the optics because they were winning games, bro. Like, I mean, what was his completion percentage a year ago?
I don't know.
I'm about to pull it up right now. I got it.
I beat Georgia.
It beat Georgia. What in the Georgia game he was injured in, so I tried not to hold that against him. Dude, yeah, he completed 59% of his passes last year. Averaged 10 yards per completion. He was sacked 13 times, 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. We ignored it, brother, because they were winning and beating teams we didn't think they should have beat. Like, they beat Ole Miss last year.
They did.
Yeah. I'm out. I've seen enough.
I don't blame you.
I'm the type of person, bro. Like, you throw 1 interception, 2 interception. You have a 3 interception game. You had a really bad game, bro. But you just say, what the hell? Let's play Russian roulette, throw 4 and 5. I'm out, dog. Like, at some point, like what? Some of them coverages he was throwing to, how you see the all 22?
Yeah.
Some of them
coverages. Like, what was the you was throwing?
And I get it. Like, we can sit here.
Need to see all sometimes you just see the regular camera view.
Right. Like, and we can sit here. It's easy for us. We not in the pocket. We're not seeing that vicious D-line that they had with Patrick Pack and they blitzing Harold Perkins. So we're not in there trying to process all of this, bro. But I promise you, I will be pulling Tom Brady's. Oh, they come in. I'm throwing it at somebody's feet, bro. Like, there's no way in the world I'm going to throw 5 interceptions, bro. I fake an injury before I throw 5 interceptions, dog. It's just not going to happen, bro.
Miami defense also did good containing CJ Carr. And CJ Carr kind of had like a good
second half. It was right.
Yeah,
it's like a third.
It was like third or fourth quarter. Yeah, it was like in the third quarter. More really most of the fourth quarter. He had a really good game. They've defense looked good this year.
I do the pick'em league every week. I was in first place. I was in second place, and I'm in third place. Well, I went from last to first to second. Now I'm in third, like middle of the road. The hardest game for me to pick this week is a game we're not even talking about today. That Texas-Florida game. I literally sent it into Road Dog.
I just talked about DJ Lagway's turnovers, and he still said that's the hardest game. Did DJ Lagway turn over the ball?
It's him who scares me. But their defense has played lights out.
Yeah, but I know he's gonna give Texas at least 2 possessions.
But Arch Manning hasn't looked so hot either. Other than the Sam Houston game?
Yeah,
he played amazing. So yeah, that was the hardest game for me to pick, and that's why Road Dog, because I know he's watching. Shout out to my dog, Road Dog. S-Pop, if you are a creator and you want to be in a pick'em league where they get the results out quickly each and every week, reach out to my dog, man. I believe it's at Road Dog, SPOP. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. I'm gonna find it. He runs an outstanding. I've never been in a pick'em league where he gets the results fast. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, nah.
It's at Road Dog SPOP. Follow him on Twitter. The best pick'em league I've ever been in, and it's against other people in the community. So you're testing your football knowledge versus the who's who of the community, and I think it's outstanding. Jalen, you gotta be in this. You gotta be in this next year, man. You gotta make a personal bet. One of us gotta cut our hair, man. Whoever lose,
I'm not doing that.
Hey, Constantine never beating them Diddy allegations, bro. You see his haircut, bro?
Honestly, I ain't mind it. I think it fit him.
Nah, he look like Diddy, man.
Oh no, I didn't see all that.
You look like Diddy, bro.
I didn't see the comparisons right there.
Nah, you ain't see them Jones. Yeah. Now the haircut definitely fit him. It helped. Like, when you got dreads, your hairstyle pulling back. So it make your forehead look crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it'll certainly help with that. So who you got this Miami FSU game? I believe we talked about the Miami side. Florida State. I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that some people are going to get pissed off with. I think they have the best offense in the country. And I'm not just and I'm not just saying it from a statistical standpoint. For me, more than the statistics. Yeah, they lead the nation in scoring, and yeah, they lead the nation in total yards. But for me, it's the balance. Gus Miles' arm runs like that smash mouth spread. They have elite balance. They keep you on your toes because they're not afraid to run the ball on 3rd and 5. And they say, "What the hell? We're gonna go for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 anyway." Like they have supreme balance. And Duce Robinson, he looks night and day from his time at USC. Duce Robinson looks night.
It's not Deuce.
Is it Deuce? I've been calling him Duce Robinson this entire time. And the reason I call him Duce Robinson, because Deuce is usually spelled Duece. His choice is Duce.
Might be Deuce. I don't know.
I don't know. So it's either Deuce Robinson, Duce Robinson. Somebody correct us in the comments. Let us know who's right. But we've always called them, on Overreaction Monday, Duce Robinson. But anyway, like night and day in that USC system. And it goes to show that you have to be a fit in the USC system. What's the kid? Zachariah Branch. He was in that system, struggled in that system. And then he's in Georgia and he's playing much better in Athens now. So Duce Robinson, like, if he runs a great 40 time, like, what number wide receiver you think he can put himself in? Because, right now we got the kid out Arizona State. Yeah, we got Tyson. We got the kid Denzel Boston, who's playing out of his mind. Jeremy Bernard, I think, is playing himself into some of these wide receiver conversations as well.
The best Bama receiver.
Yeah, because that dude Ryan Williams is scared to go across the middle, bro. Nobody can tell me different. It's like every team he played, they got B Dog at safety, bro, or S. Taylor at safety. So talk to me about FSU. What you like about them this season, and what's some of the things you think they need to improve upon and need to manage, going into this game versus Miami.
We're going to see. Castellanos can't throw 2 picks. He has to go positive in touchdown to interception ratio.
I think that's something that Bill O'Brien was able to get him to do, and I don't think he was a fan of Bill O'Brien because Bill O'Brien is a tough coach to play for, and maybe Mike Norvell and Gus Malzahn is a little bit more lax on Castellanos. But you're right, he can't throw 2 interceptions, but I think he's played pretty well this year. I think people are very critical.
I really feel like Gus Malzahn, his quarterback. I mean, his offense is always quarterback friendly. Think of
for sure.
Cam Newton. I mean, he was the OC at Auburn.
I already know about to mention. I already know who's coming next, dog. That's the greatest Auburn quarterback ever, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Him and Trey Mason, the best 1-2 punch that Auburn's ever seen. Just saying. I don't know what's so funny. I really don't.
Are you serious, bro? But there's some people that's going to think you trolling, bro. Hey, my bad, bro. Continue, man. I'm immature. Man. That's just hilarious, bro.
Cam was cool, but watching Nick Marshall, listen. Watching Nick Marshall was the same as watching Tavon Austin. Like, every week it was just something I knew could happen.
He's also out in the building.
Also, Nick Marshall. Hey,
I don't know if I told you.
I'm an Auburn fan because of Nick Marshall.
Yeah, I knew Auburn was like the second team at one point. Yeah, he's going to the Maryland Washington game, so it'll be our first time meeting each other, man. But that is hilarious, bro. Because it's something that I do. Like, I was talking to Moon the other day about Jalen. I was like, Jalen used to rage bait me so much before I even knew what that verbiage was. But now, even if he's not baiting or rage baiting, I won't fall for it because he's gotten me before. But the Nick Marshall take is something that I knew that you believe. So, Florida State defensively, what have you seen?
Trey Mason, the best running back they've ever seen, just to let you know.
Auburn's best running back is Trey Mason.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna forgive you because and I wasn't even born in this time, and I am a lot older than you. But Bo Jackson good. No.
I feel like don't say Bo Jackson good. Double things was very helpful to his legacy. Just saying.
Let me explain to you something. You don't ever disrespect Bo Jackson ever in your life, bro. Bo Jackson is the greatest athlete to ever live in the human race, period, bro. Ever. His injury, his career was just cut short, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like that has boosted his legacy. But Trey Mason was a better Auburn running back.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I can't get over it, bro. Like, have you ever watched Bojo? I'm sure you have. You've
Yeah,
watched his highlights before, right?
Yeah.
Like, have you seen anything like him since?
I mean, have you seen anything like Trey Mason or Auburn since? I mean, Kerryon Johnson was close, but Kerryon Johnson went Trey Mason.
So you compare players without Heisman to a player with a Heisman.
It ain't his fault that the Heisman was a quarterback award whenever Trey Mason played. He also played with Jameis Winston was in college and Johnny Manziel, right? Like, it's not the easiest thing to win an award there. What did you supposed to say?
Hey, he said that's nasty work. That's my dog Don.
It's not nasty. It's truthful work.
Hey, bro, continue your point, man. I tell you, man, every episode you give me a good laugh, man.
Yeah, you look
it's to everybody. He's not trolling. He really believes this. Like, I don't think he's trolling and being funny. Like, he really believes this.
Hey, I promise you, I throw Nick Marshall highlights before I throw Cam Newton highlights. Crazy enough. Oh.
Hey, who's the greatest Illinois quarterback, bro?
Oh, Nathan Shieldhouse. Not Jeff George Jr., not Kirk Kittner.
Dang, bro.
Nathan Shieldhouse.
Hey, better than Juice Williams.
Yeah. Like, bro, I don't care if Luke Almar wins a Heisman this year. He ain't being Nathan Shieldhouse. just saying. Like,
hey, bro. Pure comedy, dog. Pure comedy. So, talk to me about Florida State, dog. What's some of the areas they need to improve in? You already talked about Thomas Castellanos.
Yeah, it's a good. I'm gonna mention Jarrett Stidham with Sean White and but yeah. Well, you asked what about Florida State?
I was just asking, what's some of the areas that you've seen, from an optics perspective that they need to improve? Maybe something that people aren't paying attention to.
I feel like the run defense. Mm-hmm. We didn't see much of it against Alabama, but against Virginia, they moved the ball well running. Mm-hmm. Especially, what's it, third and fourth, second half, really. They really moved the ball well running.
Right.
It was a couple of plays where I'm just like, if I'm Virginia, I'm just running the ball. I ain't even thinking about throwing it. I actually want to see how many rushing yards Virginia had. It was, go to team stats. They had 211 rushing yards.
Yeah.
I wish I could see rush yards per play, but I don't know where to find that. But yeah, that was one area I think they could improve on because we didn't see much with Florida. I mean, we didn't see much when they played Alabama. Of course, Alabama starting running back was hurt, and Alabama wasn't able to run the ball weeks after that either. So maybe Alabama running game, which just wasn't that good. But Virginia was able to, I feel like, move the ball really well when it came to run the ball. I mean, you had 211 yards, so.
Jamari Teller is real deal, by the way. You still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason my mic went.
Yeah,
that's one big area I think they can really improve on. That's one area I think Miami running backs ain't weak.
Yeah, Mark Fletcher is nice, man.
Miami running backs are not weak. That's one area you really gonna have to watch this game because that's.
I believe you might have went to your camera microphone, brother.
Let me go to my settings.
I might be wrong. I don't know.
And is it? Yeah, I'm not seeing my.
Did it unplug? Because I know, like, I hate this cord and mine be unplugging sometimes on accident.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with mine.
Yeah. So I can't wait to get my Shure SM7B back up and running. Where my Shure at? I think I put it up. Hopefully I ain't hide it for myself. So yeah, I'm about to go get my mixer now. And I know I had it under warranty today. So I'm tired of this mic.
For some reason it is.
It's still not pulling up for you. You don't sound too bad, bro. I could just tell the difference from the like the spatial. If you know what I mean. Yeah. So now you good, brother. We can continue.
I mean, hopefully. Okay, I think I got it now.
Yeah, you back. Because I don't hear the background noise as much. You're definitely back.
Yeah. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We're good.
Okay.
So who you got winning this game, brother?
Oh, Miami.
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 You got like a final score prediction or why you believe Miami will win this game?
I just think they're a better, more complete team. I feel like their offense I don't want to say offense is better, but I feel like their offense can make up for the offense that for FSU's offense is better. But the gap between FSU offense and Miami's offense is bigger than the gap between Miami's.
I love that parallel.
Yeah, Miami's defense and FSU's defense. So
yeah, well, I mean, we just seen them give up almost 50 points to UVA.
Yeah,
I like Florida State to win this game. I think Doak is going to be absolutely electric. I think we see Thomas Castellanos play one of the best games of his career. I'm not sure if Miami has an answer. They probably have an answer for the run game. I'm not sure if they have an answer for Deuce Robinson or Deuce Robinson, whatever you want to call him. That kid was electric. This past week in Charlottesville, he deserved the win. Like after a while, a player just takes over the game the way he took over the game. I'm just hoping that they win, even with the scene that we got. But yeah, I believe that is going to be the most electric stadium this upcoming weekend. I think they're going to be more electric than Bryant-Denny Stadium. Both of those games are on at the same time. So I will do my due diligence. Actually, I'll be getting back from Maryland. So I think by the time I get back, these games will probably be like late in the first quarter, maybe early second. I think I'm going to do the TV test. I want to see what game is going to be louder at the same level. But it'd be hard to test because they're not going to have big plays at the same time.
The problem is the networks be controlling the TV sound.
Right. That makes
ESPN be messing with some NBA games. Like the Celtics arena was really loud. I remember when they won the finals, they kind of it was like
because it was probably peaking.
Turned it down.
There could be somebody that's like an audio expert. And the moment he see it go in the red, he may cut the zone down. But somebody else who understands the moment, be like, let it go in the red, bro. We can have a couple. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good for TV. So that makes a good point. And sometimes the people who are in these places don't give a damn about the sport. You know what I'm saying? It's a job.
Like, we're here for the paycheck. It's my job. I don't. I don't care about the fans and they.
Just like we look at another job. The final game we're going to talk about today. We got a few minutes before we got to get on up out of here. Is we got a great game. Bryant-Denny Stadium. We talked about this a little bit before between the Vanderbilt Commodores.
KC. Yeah, Eli Styles and Diego
Pavia.
Pavia. Oh my goodness, Pavia. I think I saw a stat. I think they're the only quarterback tight end duo, or that's like in like the top 15 or something like that, or graded in the top 15 for each position.
That wouldn't surprise me. Did you know that they were roommates? Did you ever watch SEC football any given Saturday? I know you're not a huge documentary guy. Yeah, so
I actually am a documentary guy, but not big. I can't watch like Hard Knocks type stuff and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not big into those, but hey, give me the.
You don't like the over cinema type documentaries. You want the documentaries just to tell you the story. I
can watch a football live 30 for 30s.
I believe they did a good job because I had I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it a month after, if you remember, when I was doing my shows and I was talking about each episode. But anyway, Eli and Diego are roommates. Two completely different personalities. Eli is way more reserved. You know what I'm saying? And Diego is just he got to win everything. You got to be competitive with everything. Eli be like, bro, it's cool. It's whatever. Like he's got that type of like surfer dude type of, personality. But they're extremely close. So it doesn't surprise me, that they're both. You said top 15 PFF at their positions. That's impressive.
I saw that stat today. So
yeah, that's a hell of a stat. I like that. That's a great stat. So how you feeling about both of these teams heading into the season? Is Vanderbilt the most disrespected team in college football at the moment?
Probably. I feel like at one point it was USC.
I agree with you there.
I would say because I feel like some people still look at them as Vandy. Oh, it's Vandy. They're cool right now, but when they go get competition, they get beat.
Like they didn't put hands and feet on South Carolina. I know Lenore Sellers, was injured.
I honestly feel like if Lenore Sellers played that game, though, it might be a little different story. Or at least continue to play that game.
It might have been a little closer, but it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. He got injured. I felt bad for him for getting injured. But like that line has been struggling to protect him. It wasn't just that game, that the Virginia Tech game that I was at. they, the line towered over Virginia Tech, way bigger than them, man for man on their offensive line. They were just getting beat like they stole something. So that's my concern. And Lenore Sellers got to be Superman every game in order for them to win. He can't have an off day.
But yeah, I feel like that's how some people still view him. So, I look at the run game. I mean, the run defense. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, yeah, I feel like Alabama might be able to move the ball really well running the ball. We know Alabama has had their struggles. I feel like against Georgia, they were a lot better running the ball. But yeah, and then you look at Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson, hey, if it's a quarterback that could potentially, if that could move their way into a first round prospect, it could be Ty Simpson. He's played really well. 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. I want to say
that Kenny Pickett type jump. I like it. I ain't mad at it at all.
1,100 yards right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's looked pretty well. He's making throws pretty well. Yeah. Like, if it's a concern, though, for Vandy, it's that run defense. That's why I say if Lenore Stella didn't get hurt, it could have got a little different, but I don't know if it would have. Because I think after, a little bit after Lenore Stella's injury, it didn't matter because Vanderbilt broke that big run. So.
Yeah, this is interesting for me. It's one of those games where, and I agree with you with your Ty Simpson take. We were big on him in the offseason, and after the Florida State game, I had major concerns. But my concerns after that Florida State game, in retrospect, was more about their manhood than anything else. Like, y'all showed no heart, no effort, no type of killing.
Poor tackling.
Yeah, poor tackling. Just poor effort. Like, whatever. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You will never see a Nick, Saban coach team operate like that. Vandy is playing outstanding. And I think Alabama doesn't have to play its best game to win this game. Vandy has to play its best game. The Andre Iguodala quote that you and I both use, in order to win by 1, you got to win by 15.
You talking about
that environment? Yeah.
You would have beat them anyways.
You would have, but it's factual though. Like, certain environments, it's factual, bro. If you're gonna win by 1 point, you got to win by 15. And I don't know. Like, there was a lot of back and forth talk, and both of these teams are going to use it as bulletin board material because Diego Pavia was talking all summer, and he's been backing it up all fall. And Ryan Williams said we're going to sled. What he said? Hit these ants with a sledgehammer. It's a Jay-Z quote that he utilized.
I don't know that line.
Mash these ants with a sledgehammer, bro. The Jay-Z hate is real, bro. The Jay-Z hate is so real, yo. So. You talked to both of these teams. How you feeling overall about the game? Who you think will come out victorious after this game?
I feel like it's going to be a good game. I feel like Alabama's going to come out victorious. I don't know by how much. I feel like if Alabama gets a bid, I feel like they're going to run up the score.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That it's
like Ty Simpson gets pulled somewhere in the fourth quarter, but after he already had 2 drives in the fourth quarter type stuff.
Clark Lee has done an outstanding job there.
Yeah.
He's done a really outstanding job there. And I know he's Vandy through and through. Like, on any given Saturday, they were talking about like how out of his friend group, because they're from Tennessee, the only people who like Vandy was him, and I forget their athletic director name, but they're best friends. They've been best friends since the 7th grade. They were only Vandy fans in their friend group, and they was like, oh, you guys just like underdogs. Everybody else like Tennessee. He's done a great job. And I asked this question on Overreaction Monday, and I figured this is a great opportunity to ask it to you. Let's say, Vandy was bowl eligible last year. You don't even think about Vandy and football in the same sentence.
No.
That's how we always view them. Let's say Vandy wins like 9 games this year, cuts on the college football playoff, a place that he's loved at and he's adored at. Would he consider leaving if like the team in Gainesville was like, yo, we seen the job that you did there. Our resources are more plentiful. Why don't you come to Gainesville? And coach, even though I believe that if they do get rid of Billy Napier, I believe their first call will be to Oxford, Mississippi, to go get the guy that they have there at the helm in Lane Kiffin. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, money talks. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it could be a possibility. I think some people love an environment way too much to leave, like Whittingham, but
wow, that's a great parallel.
You really look at it, it's like not everybody's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
some people just comfort there. Like the only way out is retirement, or you guys got to fire me. I'm not leaving any other way.
Yeah.
Can they give them more resources in Nashville? That's my biggest concern. Like
they
when will
could
the water run dry? Diego Pavia is fighting to get another year. Well, not him. I shouldn't say him because I don't want to misquote like On3 did. But his team, for some reason, and even though Diego said this is his final year, we continue to see litigation of them trying to get him another year of eligibility.
It makes sense. I mean, if you're able to make more money, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But you see a quarterback that will be able to go and do what he's been able to do there because it's not like
hard. It's
certain
hard.
situation. Like he's put an entire city on his back.
Yeah.
Like I'm with you though. I got Alabama winning this game. If Vandy is victorious, what does that mean for the rest of the country? Are they the team to beat in the SEC? What is the headlines reading? And then we'll get out of here.
I think A&M will still be the team to beat. I feel like Ole Miss will be more of a team to beat.
I like that. Both of those teams I'm high on.
Yeah. But I feel like Vandy would be that third team. We're like, okay, we gotta take them serious. Yeah, they're for real. They are a team we have to watch for to get to the SEC championship game. People still gonna put Georgia over them though.
Yeah,
because it's Georgia.
Yeah, they will, but like I said, this game is going to tell us a lot about both of these teams. Ultimate eye test. To be completely transparent with you, I'll try to have both of these games up. I will be more engaged with the game at Doak.
What game you going to?
This weekend I'm going to UW and
you're going to Maryland? Yeah.
Yeah, so I get to see Damon Williams Jr. and Malik Washington go toe to toe. So that it's gonna be a real good game. My dog East Coast Gridiron coming out this weekend too. So yeah, it's what I'm excited. I can't wait to go see it. I wish it. Yeah, he's from the DMV. The real DMV, not the not B more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I thought you were talking about the DMV. Motor vehicles.
Nah, Department of Motor Vehicles.
I thought B more was a DMV.
Nah. Be more not DMV. If you can't access the metro, if you can't access the metro, you can take the MARC train. But if you can't access the metro, that's who the DMV is. Can't access the metro system. You're not DMV. But fun episode, brother. This is always a blast, man. I can't wait till we get to a point we can do this a couple times a week. It's always lyrical exercise. We don't really need.
I might be able to soon. Maybe next week or two.
I'm excited. Maybe you can join one of these college football leagues I'm in. Maybe get on 2K with me because we don't be playing. You know what I'm saying? Like we supposed to be, but so the Maryland game, I am a little angry about something. I thought it was a 12 o'clock kickoff. I was like, well, cool. I get out there around 9 in the morning, beat the traffic there. She at 3:30. So that means the game ain't gonna be over till around 6:30, and it's like an hour and 45 minutes, probably with traffic, like a 2-hour, 15-minute drive. So you talking about these games starting at 7:30? I ain't gonna be getting back to like 8:30. But depending on the atmosphere of the game, now I'll admit this: I left Maryland and Michigan State game once last year early. I was like, Maryland got this in hand. The moment we leave, I think Aiden Childs throws the bomb to Nick Marsh. Like the moment we leave, bro. So because it's difficult getting out of there. Did I ever tell you the story about the USC game?
Yeah, that's why we always leave early from the Illinois games. We always leave even when Illinois is up or they about to lose. And it's like a couple minutes left. That's why we left during the Purdue game.
So me and Mike start calling Moon Lever Moon after this game. Like, bro, got into it with the cameraman. The cameraman started it. Moon finished it. Moon yelling out the window at people.
Oh, yeah, I think you told me.
Yeah, so we're in this media parking lot, right? Because we stayed at the USC game. I don't know what the hell I just said, but USC game, we stayed late. They stormed the field. Cool. We get out of that jump. We stuck in this little same media parking lot. Like, I literally took a nap, woke up, like, where we at? We was in the same place, bro. Like, so that's why y'all leave the game. So this Saturday, I'm hoping, I do got Maryland winning, and I'm hoping they get up early so I can get out of there around like the midway of the third quarter, because I do want to get back at home for these nighttime games. So, and I don't know if Dante's going to do the same thing. He'll probably stay the entire time because he's in Pennsylvania now, but he's about 2 hours away. I'm with no traffic it's still about an hour and a half, but because it's always traffic. And sometimes it takes me 3 hours to get there with traffic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend games, man. I'm sure I'll be hollering at you at some point. You been paying attention to postseason baseball?
Yeah, I watched them last night. Well, I didn't watch it, but I watched the end of the Red Sox game. Didn't watch the Dodgers game.
That game was crazy. Red Sox had so many opportunities to win that game. These games are incredible. I like the fact that it's 3 rounds. I like that it's 3 games in 3 days. And like I said, I've been hooked on baseball lately, man. But we got NFL tonight, college football tonight.
49ers and the Rams.
It's going to be a good game. I might actually tune into that. Definitely going to be betting on it for sure. But as I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, y'all take care, man.